She is so capricious. Camille, what does capricious mean? She's just like capricious. Hi guys. I know. First and foremost, welcome to episode 6 of Read It or Unhaul It. I don't know. We're doing it though. I have whipped out the tiny mic. I was very much influenced by Miss Fern over at, is it Cozy Plant Lady? Is that her vlog channel? I think I will link her down below because it's amazing. But there's something so cozy and comforting about the way her talking portions of the vlog sound with this mic on. So we're going to try to do it. I, however, have a really bad habit of taking incredibly deep breaths before I speak ever. So I'm going to try to break that habit because I really don't need to be breathing like that. I don't know why I do it. I just always have. I didn't like the mouth noises on that one. Let me redo that. Let us move on. There we go. That's a little bit better, I suppose. Okay, so I am just going into my phone to find the color breakdown that I have. If you don't know, if this is your first time watching, I have a whole playlist of these videos if you'd like to watch more of them, but each of these colors represents a genre. Some of them represent a YA distinction between my fantasy genre, which is, you know, obviously an age category between the adult, the middle grade, and the YA, but sometimes I'm just more in the mood for a YA, and I do think now is that time. But, oh, I pinned it to the top of my notes. It's almost as if I knew I was going to need this. Okay, so let us go. Tan and red orange is YA fantasy. I gotta be so honest with you guys. I can't really tell the difference between all these colors. I don't like big lights, as you can, well, you can't tell. I just have 2 lamps on right now, so I don't know what any of these colors look like. We're just gonna pick one. Should I clip this somewhere? Brilliant. Where did my thing go? 1 second, we're having a moment. Are we good? Is everyone happy? Everyone joyous? Okay, great. Oh my god, I've been wanting to read this. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I actually know exactly where that is because have you guys ever sleep ordered a book? I have done it. I've placed a sleep order Amazon. It's really, you're not asleep, but you wake up at like 2 a.m. and buy something. I did that. I did that with the sequel to this. So fingers crossed I like it. Imagine if I don't. Okay, so happy to report, easy find, had it right there on deck. I gotta tell y'all, I'm not really a tiny mic person in the sense of, I used to hate them, but there is something endearing about them, and then also, I don't know how to use them, so I just know that it ranges so much, like how close people put it to them. And sometimes I am fearful that I'm going to accidentally give it like a big old, you know what I mean? Anyways, none of that really matters. We're going to get into Bonesmith. There's actually a bookmark in there. So I do think it's good that we are going to see if I actually even want the sequel that I already purchased. So I say we go. And I do have an appointment at, is it 10 or 10:30? Let me check. 10:30. So I have an hour and a half. Well, basically an hour because I got to drive. And so we'll get a little bit of reading done and I will update you on what we're thinking about it. Okay, you guys. It is currently raining, which is exciting news. It's supposed to rain all week, so that's fun. I'm on page 58. Yeah, just started into chapter 6, and things are getting interesting. I think the plot's basically kicking in because she has to... There are like these trial things that they're competing in, and our main girl is just down on her luck. It just did not go well for her. And I love a cocky character. I really do. It's one of my favorites. I don't care if they have a right to be. She seems to have a right to be, but maybe like chill it out, you know? So I already really enjoy this main character. She reminds me of Selena, but less annoying. But I've only been with her for 50 pages, so who knows? But also Selena was like pretty freaking annoying, so, you know? I am excited to continue on with this, but I have to say the writing style is so easy to fly through. Oh my god, Ginger. That was such a big yawn. She is like glaring down. Can you see her? Oh, she moved. She said, so first of all, no, not around here, partner. But the writing style is super easy to read, super easy to fly through. I am so happy to be kicking this off with a book that I'm enjoying. Part of me is like, do we read Ghostsmith next? Is that the finale? Is that the sequel and finale? I don't know. We're going to look it up because I have free will and I can do that. Even though I have been scrolling and I should not have been. Because literally these 2 vlogs that I'm recording at this moment are to make sure I don't do that. So, I don't know. Oh, you know what? On Goodreads, it compares this to Gideon of the Ninth, probably due to the necromancy of it all. I don't know about that, because I did not finish that trilogy, but Gideon was so funny. And this character does kind of remind me of that. It's like someone that is it's like every choice they make should have them failing, but they are failing upwards. And they have the ability to do these things correctly, but they just choose not to. They choose the hard mode for whatever reason. And then they're funny the whole way they struggle. Honestly, I love it. So yeah, that is the finale. So there's just the 2 of them. Maybe we should read that. I really need to get on top of like actually completing series that I am reading. And if I'm really liking this and it's YA fantasy, I'm really in the mood for that right now. Maybe that would be a good idea. Maybe it would. And then I'm looking behind y'all because I have my shelf of like book mail that I've gotten recently. And I have quite a few books over there that I probably need to read. But we should think in the now. Okay, jawline. Okay, I'm gonna go read my book. Hello, party people. I am currently doing the final sprint for today's little session, and I have got to page 211 in here. So, actually, let's just enter it in on my app and see how far. So I read another 111 pages, and we are having a good time. I'll tell you what, this says I should finish this book in 3 hours, and honestly that tracks because I am flying through this thing. It is so good. I'm having such a fun time. The world building in this is so intriguing. Do I even really know how to describe it to you? Not particularly. I mean, like I said, she was going through trials and failed it, so she got sent basically to this outpost where she's not really doing anything, which is to her detriment and in their eyes, like, for the better, because then she can't mess anything up if she's not doing anything. but she gets thrown into this situation of attempting to rescue someone, essentially. And I cannot recall how much detail it goes into on the flap, so I won't say much more than that. But it's basically just a story of her failing and then trying to redeem herself, and she is hilarious. Her internal dialogue is hilarious. She's so dry and sarcastic. I love it. Again, it really does feel kind of like the main character of Throne of Glass, but this is hitting the mark far better than that book did for me. So I'm really, really enjoying my time. The world building is so intriguing, and because this is so interesting and the writing is so good, I am really thinking about going and picking up Ghostsmith next. And then an even crazier idea has just struck me. Where are the books? I don't think I unhauled those. No, I did not. Okay, I also have their other series. It starts with Crown of Feathers, and I've heard nothing but good things about that. So now I'm like, what if this entire video is just reading this author? Well, I guess that probably wouldn't be very intriguing because I'm just gonna keep all the books. But I really don't know. When I watch a reader unhaul it, I don't really care if they unhaul anything. I just like watching people read books they already own because they tend to be older and I can get those from my library. So that's why I like that. And then I don't have to go out and, grab a Kindle copy or get in line on my Libby app or anything like that. Like, they have 6 copies at the library down the road and I'm just going to go pick it up. So I guess that's how I view it. How do you care if there's any books unhauled? I mean, I do like it. I like to see what doesn't make the cut, but I am rooting for the book to be liked, I want that for them. Because who wants to read a book they don't like? The only thing that I do think will happen is I'm about to read a romance, and I don't tend to keep my romance books. Now, there are a few that I've kept around because I would reread them. I think romance has to be the perfect amount of like cozy or whatever. But maybe I was thinking of putting that in a different reading vlog, but maybe I'll add that in here. And we can read that in this one to do the reader unhaul and see, because it is such a toss-up. It's 75% of the time I don't keep a thriller or a mystery or a romance that I read. For fantasy, sci-fi, and sometimes historical fiction, they have a better chance at staying with me. And that's not really to say that I didn't enjoy the books. It's just I don't really foresee myself rereading them. And if I do so feel the need to reread them, like, I'll just go to the library. I mean, I go to the library because it's Thursday and the sun's shining in one direction and it sounds right to me. So I'll definitely go to the library to go get a book to reread. But anyways, I am starting to get sleepy. Doing these sprints was a good idea, but it made me very sleepy. So I think dinner is in order, and then tea, and then reading in bed. So we're just going to keep doing this, but reading in bed. And I am debating if I want to put this on my Kindle, because like I told y'all, I do have the Kindle version from Libby, but I am enjoying reading this physically. I'm not going to lie. I miss reading physical books. I feel like I just don't do that as much unless they're from the library. The only thing is, these edges are so cool. I'm just paranoid about messing them up, but I haven't thus far, and I don't foresee anything getting, really any different, so there's that. But yeah, I'm having a good time. If you enjoy good YA fantasy, I would have to recommend you this one. It is interesting. It's very different. And I also think even the main character is different. She's just so funny. And usually they're very serious. And she's very, trying to prove herself, but she's not very serious. And I like that. I relate to that. Hello, everybody. I am here for an update to let you know that I finished Bonesmith and I gave it 4 stars. It's definitely like a little bit higher than a 4, but not quite high enough to put like a 4.5 or a 5 on my spreadsheet. So I just put a 4 because a 4, honestly, for my rating is really good. I think I've explained this before, but I do a 0 to 5 rating. 0 is a DNF or extreme hatred, which usually I just DNF. I don't really read books that I'm not having a good time with anymore. And then a 2.5. It's like my middle ground. It's like, this was a good book, good enough for me to read. And then from there it goes up or it goes down. So here, a 4, pretty good. I loved the writing. I loved the character work. I loved the little trio that we got in here. I'm not getting into details because they're, I think, a little bit too in the story. Like, I want y'all to, if you read this, experience it for yourself. But I would highly recommend it. I'm a little shocked. People don't talk about this more. It's a really, really, really good, fun, young adult fantasy. And I do highly recommend it. But do keep in mind God bless you. But do keep in mind the target audience is YA. So there's that. It was a good time. And now I'm actually doing a buddy read with my friend who is reading this one. I don't know if she's finished it or not, but we'll be reading it like ships in the night. And I've been meaning to read it anyways. And I want to know if I should continue on with the new one coming out soon. So I'm reading Apprentice to the Villain. And this one I bought from Barnes. I actually, when I bought this one, grabbed a copy of Assistant to the Villain as well because I really, really loved it. But I'm wondering how this one's going to go and how it's going to fare for me. I feel like I'm way more into this kind of like type of thing than maybe a lot of people are because I see a lot of them dislike it for reasons that I'm like, that's a convention of the genre. So I think that I'm set up good. I think that I'm going to have a good time with it, but we will obviously see. And I know that a new one is coming out as well, but it just is it's just very funny. And I'm excited to dive into it. So I guess this would be if we see if I'm going to keep this one around or if it was that situation of like, I really only like the first book. And then I think after that, we will go pull a new book from the jar and we'll stick with older books or maybe we'll do a new one. I was going to say this could be a new one, but it's more of like a little buddy read. But I've been trying to like actually get on top of reading with my friends because it helps me read the books that I already own and or support the library because I'll request the new ones from there. But yeah, that's really the plan for that. So let us see if this one gets to stay living here. I am grabbing the little giant jar. It's actually quite a big jar. Let me get the little jar too, actually. And we can sit down. Oh God, that was my knee. Did y'all just hear my knee? That was so loud. So, we are back with an update. It's not working for me. I am thinking this isn't working because I'm not in the mood for this. I'm in the mood for something cozy, but not cozy fantasy. I don't tend to like cozy fantasy. I already know that's a really big, like, iffy genre. Hello. For me. So that's a no for now. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put this into a little vlog series I want to start, actually inspired by Mel, who I'm buddy reading it with. And it is reading books, reading series, finishing series I'm in the middle of kind of concept. And I have quite a few. I have quite a few for that. But I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of still in the mood. I'm either in the mood for a cozy mystery or Ghostsmith. Like, those are the two that I want to read. And originally I was going to put Ghostsmith in with the middle of series I'm in, vlog or whatever. But now I'm kind of like, what if I just read it for real in this one? I don't know. So we're going to pick 3 choices and see which one works. So we're going to pick a light green, which is a fantasy. And then we are going to pick a tan, which is a YA fantasy. And then a light yellow, which is a cozy. So there it goes. Here is the cozy. We will pick that one. And then what did I say? Or do I want a new release adult fantasy? Let's also pick one of those. We're just doing it all. And then, what did I say? Light green. That's a light green. And a tan. Okay. So let's see what all these choices are. So first up, this is the new release adult. Sorcery of Small Things. That is right over there. I know where that is. Okay. And then this is, so that's like the new release jar, the little one. Then the bigger one, let us see. Uprooted by Naomi Novik. Am I in the mood for that? I don't know. Maybe actually. A Resolution at Midnight. What the hell is that? What is that? That's a cozy? Okay, sure, girl. Whatever. That's like famous last words before we unhaul something. And then this one is The Righteous by Renee Audier. So what am I in the mood for? Uprooted, Sorcerer of Small Things. Oh, I suppose we should go get these. We should go grab them. That would make the most sense. So let us go do that. Okay, we're going rogue. We do not have the mic anymore. Tiny mic is gone. So here's the first one. That's super cute. Could be into it. That one, and then the Resolution at Midnight. So that is a cozy. Is this a cozy series, though? I've never read any of the others. So, we'll see about that. And then we have The Righteous. And what was the last one? Uprooted. Where? Oh. There. Oh, wow. Very pretty. Okay, so we have all the books picked out from the shelves. And let us take a gander. The first one, A Resolution at Midnight. This is the beginning of a cozy mystery series. I think the publisher may have sent me this. Christmas in the Gilded Age, Manhattan. I'm gonna have to be so honest with you guys. I think we're gonna just unhaul this. I have no interest in reading this at all right now. And I don't see myself reading it in the near future. Because I was like, oh, maybe I'll read it next year for Christmas. I say every Christmas. So I think I'm going to just be honest with myself, and I'm going to drop this off at the Free Little Library. Actually, that I just found, because they have so many cozies in there that are just like circulating. So I think that will go to a good home, and we can get rid of that little tag. The other 3 I am interested in. So, Sorcery and Small Magics. First of all, what a beautiful book. I want to like it simply for that. This definitely looks like a very, like, what is the word I'm looking for? Just whimsical. I could be intrigued with that. I definitely could. Actually, I could go with any of these three, actually. Because I've been meaning to read Uprooted for the longest time. I know so many people like it. I really enjoyed, I think the only Naomi Novik that I've read is, what is it called? What is that book called? Like, I think the third book, or it's The Graduate, The Unclaimed, but what's the first one? I don't know. Whatever that university set book is that she made. I really liked that one. So, I have heard good things about this one. I know the people that like it, love it. A dragon. Is it about a dragon? Why did I think this was about, like, the Goblin King? What am I thinking about? Don't know. Can Goodreads clarify that? Oh, it was a Deadly Education that I was referring to. But I just got reminded why I don't go on Goodreads to look at reviews. It's rough out there. I don't know. I think we'll try it. We'll give it a chapter. This one, though, I am so hesitant to read. I can't lie. Because, y'all, the people, oh my gosh, the word capricious. She is so capricious. Camille, what does capricious mean? She's just like capricious. I kind of want to read a vampire story. Is this one also set in New Orleans? Or are they running around? I think they're running around. But I know it's the unpopular opinion, I loved The Beautiful and the Damned. I thought it was so good. I don't know how I'll feel about this one. And I don't even own the fourth one because it was just like not good reviews coming out. But that is fine. That is all right. I think that we will try one of each and see where to go from there. I'm honestly, these books need to be read. I've had them all for so long, I feel. Should I just bring them all with me? Because I'm having a bed rot day. So I could just try a few chapters of each and see which one strikes my fancy, couldn't I? Because I am doing a reread of Legendborn and Bloodmarked, so I don't really want to read anything else. I just want to read those two books, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I really want to read it down my TBR, so we will take all three. We'll see what we can do. Hello, party people. I just realized there's no cover on this book. I am reading The Righteous by Renee Ahdieh. Yes, I am. And I know I said, I'm going to sample the books. I'm on page 134, so the sample's going really well. I think I'm going to just, stick with it. Having a good little time, not going to lie to you. I do not remember a diddly dang thing from The Beautiful and the Damned that pertains to this novel. I remember how much I was obsessed with The Beautiful. And I know people didn't like the trope that happened at the end of The Beautiful and led into The Damned, but I sure did. And that's my truth. I did. And I love it. I view that as a duology. And then this one and the next one, I don't know what it is, but I do think I'll finish this book out. And I think that I will go and I will read the fourth one from the library, though. I don't think I need to own it. I think that these books are very fun. And they're they're what I love about YA. I love the flowery writing Renee Ahdieh does. I love, how you can just, picture and smell and taste and feel so many things just by the writing. It's very Stephanie Garber-esque, very Laini Taylor adjacent. I love it. I love that writing so much. Dang, that wind is crazy out there. But I don't know who these people are or why I care about them. Well, I know the two main characters, and I do care about them, but I can't really go into detail because a lot of this is hinged on what apparently happened to Selene and Bastion in the last book, and I'm like, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you if it was my job. So, whatever. I'm still, I have to say, that still kind of stands on its own by itself without me remembering anything, because I basically don't. So maybe it is two duologies within a quartet. I don't know. But I am enjoying it. I can tell you that much. So I will continue on with this, and I do foresee me finishing it within a day or so. It's very fast paced. Also, the writing, like the actual font, is so big. I know I'm holding it open really well for you to see that, but it's very big font. So that's another plus for me. Ah, yes. All is right in the world once more. Not really. This vehicle is driving me crazy, but we're not going to talk about that right now. What we're going to talk about is... Not that. That's just going to distract me. We are going to talk about this. Well, actually, I suppose I don't have too much else to talk about with you about this. However, I do think now I will be able to read the fourth one and maybe Ghostsmith, and the other two aren't series, but whatever. I could read those two in another little vloggy vlog together. Cutesy. I am continuing to have a good time. Today's not a good time. I mean, it's a fine time. It's just being an adult randomly costs a lot of money you didn't think it would cost. And the more and more this happens, the more I'm like, why do I need a car? So instead of thinking about that or finances at all, quite frankly, we're going to think about this. We're going to think about our two little characters running around in insert whatever here. I will say, for The Beautiful and the Damned, if you enjoy New Orleans, right, as you should, thank you, and you like vampires, right, again, as you should, you'll enjoy this. It's a fun little time. I love it. This one is not as much those two things, but I enjoy the direction it's gone. I could see why some people would want it to stay where it was in the first book. That could have been good too. But I'm also having a good little time here. I'm not really quite sure how we got here. I'm not really sure why we got here. But I'm here. And I'm ready to continue to be here. So, without further ado, I am going to get everything set up for some Patreon reading sprints that I am doing with a friend. And I'm going to get reading this book some more. Hopefully, I will finish this. Since I read about 130 pages yesterday, I definitely could see myself finishing it today. It's just over 400, I want to say. It's 415. I easily could finish this today if I can focus. And since I've really kind of gotten rid of every social media app off my phone, I'm being quite shocked with how much I'm able to focus lately. So that's nice. That's a perk. I wasn't really expecting that perk, but I'm glad she's here with us here on this day. So let us get into this. I lit my, what is that? Sugared lemon zest Bath and Body Works candle, and that is the marker of productivity. I have trained my brain as much as it will allow me to associate different scents. So like horror from Novel Wicks, that scent and leaves are my calming ones. Like when I have a bit of a high anxiety time, I'll light those candles, and genuinely, it really does work. And then with this one, it makes me just want to be more focused. Don't know. Don't know, don't care. Placebo? Perhaps. Do I care? Nay. Nay. Because it works. And now let's work. Also, this dress on the cover, every time I see it, it's just like, Eliza and Peggy. I don't know why I think that every single time I see the cover. I just do. Hello, you guys. Let me set you down right here really quickly. I'm DNFing this. I don't care about what's going on. I gotta be honest with you. I think the direction this went, I don't like what's happening. So the first two books definitely focus on two characters, and now all of a sudden we're branching in to a ton of characters. Not a ton, but more. And I thought we were just going in a different direction with two more characters, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll hang out with them for 2 books. It's like the first 2 are about them, the next 2 about these 2. Obviously, there's some tie-in, but now we're getting points of view from random people. We're getting points of view, well, not really, but people from like the first book, and then we're getting the 2 main characters from the first book as well. And I'm just like, no, I don't like this, because I also don't think, honestly, that it's done very well to me personally. So yeah, I'm gonna DNF, which does mean I'm gonna unhaul. I'm not gonna unhaul the series because I do quite like it. Well, the first 2, but I'm not gonna continue with it, this book, nor the series as a whole. So I guess I'll put this on my shelf, I suppose. I wasn't really planning to put DNFs in my, what's this called? Wrap-ups, but whatever. We can do what we want. I am debating what I want to read next. I am kind of in the mood for a cozy mystery, actually. And I have a series that I love, but it's on Kindle, so that won't be one we pick up, but we could see and hear what we've got going on. I think last I checked, I didn't bring my phone, but I think the yellow is my cozy mystery. I think. Not quite sure. Let's see. Already read that. Okay, yes. Yellow is the cozy. So let us see what this one holds. Flight Risk. Oh, I think I already tried to read that and I actually already unhauled it. So there's that. Woo. I did do a big unhaul. So some of these I might not even have. Meet Your Baker. Do I still have that? That's a very cute name. Oh, I think it's one of my, like, what are those things called? We're gonna just do a little bit of this action across the library floor. I think that this, oopsies, is, yes, this will be my first Ellie Alexander, which I know is a very popular cozy person. I am not too well versed within the cozy genre, so I am excited to get more into it, but this will be our first book. I do think I have cozied myself out. Oh, not cozied, fantasied myself out for a while. So I think that this will be good. And we will shelve the other two that we had picked earlier because I'm not in the mood for fantasy. And like I said, I don't want to read a book where I'm not in the mood for it because I'm such a mood reader that I could unhaul a 5-star read simply because it wasn't the vibe. So we will start this cutie and see where we go from there. I have got to tell you guys, my favorite thing is finding a new cozy mystery series that I love, and also seeing that my hair is being crazy town today. Brilliant. I am sitting down to read some more of this. I have got to page 139 in one day. That is crazy for me. I haven't been able to focus that much on a book in quite some time. And I have this angle kind of weird because I want to show this bookshelf because I have decided I finally am going to make this my cozy mystery bookshelf. I've been debating what I wanted it to be for so long. I couldn't tell if I wanted it to be all my aardvark book of the month books because I would loan those out to friends. I couldn't tell if I wanted it to be all my lit fic thrillers because again, those I'd probably loan out to friends. But no, I think it's going to be my cozy mystery shelf. And I will not loan those out. I'm very picky with who I will loan to and which books. Just because a lot of my books also come from book boxes and things like that. Not book of the month, but Fairy Loot. And I just don't want to loan it out knowing that if there's even a tiny crease that I didn't make, I won't talk to myself for weeks if I make a crease. So I don't want to create that tension. But this book is so good, y'all. So we are following our main character, Miss Juliet. This whole town is based off of Shakespeare, which is, I love cozy mystery so much, you guys. So in this town, it's in Oregon somewhere, in Oregon, don't know where. And her mom and dad own a bake shop. And so she worked there her childhood and into her adulthood, and she became a culinary chef. Is that the right wording there? Did I use the adjective and the noun properly? Hopefully. And she was doing that on cruise ships, and she just got a divorce, and left that job, came back to this town. Her father has since passed, but her mom is still running the bake shop, and so she's helping out with that. And man, oh man, I don't know if Miss Alexander can actually bake or cook, but she can write about it. Because people who can actually bake or cook can't always write about it really well, but what I'm telling you, you can picture and you can smell the food that she describes in this book. Oh my gosh. A lot of times in cozy mysteries, they will just very redundantly describe things that are meant to be cozy and sound cozy or whatever, but they really aren't giving a cozy feeling. They're just saying a lot of things over and over again that technically have a cozy vibe, I guess. But cooking and baking, specifically baking, is always going to have a cozy feeling to me. And I think that really shows with the cozy mysteries that I enjoy. I either need there to be a lot of humor, a la Finlay Donovan or the Misfortune series, or I need a lot of baking to be going on, or tea or coffee or whatever. So we've got Vera Wong. We have this one. What is the other one? Oh my gosh, I don't know what the series name is, but I believe it centers around a lot of Filipino food, and it all just sounds so good. So anyways, I am loving this so much. Our murder has taken place. It is some lady on the board for the Shakespeare place. I love the formula of this. I know that a lot of people who read romance, one of my best friends reads romance for the formula. That does not relax me. This formula relaxes me. I feel like I am watching an episode of Murder, She Wrote. I feel like I am sleuthing right alongside the Golden Girls in these kind of books. I mean, this lady is 30, so that's not really true. But alas, I am loving this. I love whenever you start out the cozy And especially with the first book in the series, you're finding out where she is in life, what's going on. And usually it's arriving to the town, unpacking the house, getting settled in, something along those lines. And then we meet a few characters that you can tell are going to be the friends, maybe some family members if that's involved. And then you meet the murderee. And then they die. And then the mystery ensues. And I love it. This writing is actually really, really good. Sometimes in cozies, I find that the writing can be too dense in the sense of not like it's hard to understand, but just boy howdy, we're writing a lot. That's one of the things I really love about Jana DeLeon's Louisiana Longshot. That's the first book in the Misfortune series, is that the writing is so easy to fly through. And look, if you go look up those books, do not judge based on the cover. By the fifth book, you will love those covers. I promise you. They are art. I love them so much. This is a much more typical one. Is this whole series meant to be unhauling books, not hauling them? Yes. Did I buy the next two? Yeah, dude, we're in for like a rough go, okay? So I need a bunch of cozy mysteries to get me through it, because I'm going through it. All right? So I am debating putting on a pot of decaf coffee to go along with this, because I'm about to do a walk and talk with a friend over on Patreon, and that could be fun, but it's supposed to be rainy. It's supposed to get down to 18 degrees today. Whoa. For my Canadians, I definitely mean Fahrenheit. And I am, like, only Canada uses that. I know that's not true. So, any hooters. I'm going to keep reading this all day, and then I have that other one that I have tallied up, and maybe we'll just keep going with the cozies. I really don't know. I was also thinking, how many books have we read in this unhaul together? I also really don't know. So I should probably go ahead and do a little bit of editing on this. That'd probably be the best idea. But yeah, that can be a now problem actually, because I do have some time. So I'll probably check in once I finish this book, because I want to solve the crime of the world. And that currently is a Shakespearean lady getting taken out in a bake shop kitchen. What a crazy way to go. But I would recommend, if you want to get into cozies, I think I have found quite a nice little entry point right here with this one. I mean, I've been reading a few different series, but I would also recommend cozies if you love a series, because this one already has 20 books in it. It started publishing in 2014, and it already has 20 books. The 20th book comes out on February 25th. Why did I contemplate if I could catch up? If I did catch up, if I did just read 18 books to be caught up to this, we should be worried. That would be impressive and also incredibly worrisome. That would be not a good sign. Good morning, you guys. I finished the book last night, and I actually ended up giving it 4 stars. High 4 stars. So good. I ordered the next 2. So we definitely need to go grab another book, but it is snowing outside. So we're going to go look at that. This kid loves snow, let me tell you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's so light. Obviously, we don't get like the serious stuff, but I can show you via Annabeth's enclosure. You can see some of it. It's actually coming down harder now, which is not what I thought would occur. But I think you can kind of see just a little bit. It looks like, honestly, I feel like a ghost channel trying to show you orbs or something, because it's so barely there, but you can kind of see it. Get into the fantasy. Back in the warm bed. Oh, not going sideways. Okay, so ignore my son's messy bed. He's currently now laying on my messy bed. But yes, I did finish Meet Your Baker last night. 4 stars. Fantastic. Not only am I keeping this book, I'm not unhauling it. I hauled the next 2 like I told you, and I do believe I am going to collect the series for as long as I'm enjoying them. I think I told you I decided that I wanted that bookshelf out there to be a bunch of cozies. And I think that'll be very cute. I think the colors and just the I love my vision. Forgive me, I literally just rolled out of bed and I just got so excited because it's actually snowing outside, which is kind of crazy that it's happening for a third time this year. Like, wow. It's almost like the climate's changing, but okay. We are going to continue on with reading books that I have, but, oh, this looks awful. I have one book that I wanted to read specifically already, so we're just going to read it, and we'll talk about it in here, but that is Finlay Donovan Digs Her Own Grave. I don't typically keep hold of arcs, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this one. I do have some. I have some from J. Kristoff. I've got a Sarah Janet arc. I have some, I think I got rid of the Cruel Prince ones. But I usually don't keep them after I've read them, unless I like that copy more. I think is it the Christopher Peloni? Is that how you say his name? The To Sleep Among a Sea of Stars. I kept that arc because I like it better, because it's really floppy. But other than that, I don't really have too many on hand, but I'm really excited for this. Y'all know how I feel about Miss Finlay. She is a favorite. And I didn't realize this book comes out the same day that the new Deanna Raybourn book comes out, the Cozy Mystery one, and Oathbound. Very exciting. So anyways, let us go kick off this book. I'm going to go pour a cup of coffee, and my partner is making breakfast very kindly. And I'm going to see if my Pilates studio is still open, because y'all know down here we don't stay open for anything. So let us go. Let us go. Hello. What are you doing? Just being handsome. Yeah, I'm pretty good at the gig. I am fresh out the shower. I've got my retinol going. I'm gonna do my moisturizer next. But Ginger and I, as you can see, she just got her sock put back on, which is interesting because usually she doesn't want to talk to me for a few days when that happens. So I don't know what that's about, but she's not hating me. Well, wait. Maybe she's about to hate me a little bit. Okay, yeah. She's not loving me, but... Oh, good yawn. Wow. I'm going to dip back into this. I am 46 pages in, already having a good little time. I am afraid this is actually going to end in me unhauling this copy and then hauling a finished copy. Which, honestly, I'm okay with that. Not too bad, not too shabby. At least it's one in, one out, right? Not a bunch, except for the other two that I grabbed, but it's fine. It's fine. I actually have a series that I was thinking of that I'm never going to continue, and we can go ahead and unhaul that, but we will get to that a little bit later. For now, let's get back in. Okay, I have finished the latest Finlay Donovan book, and I can say it is getting unhauled because I will be buying a physical finished copy. I do not think that this is my favorite of the series, but I'm still kind of figuring out how I feel about the whole book of it. I think I'll definitely talk about it more in the new release vlog I'm filming, which features a couple other books within this cozy-ish, range of subgenre. Oh, hi, Ginger. But I am being called away. So I'm going to honestly check how many books we have done for this and how we're feeling. And if I've done enough, I wanted this to be a long episode, and maybe we'll grab one more. Maybe not. I'm not really sure, but let me go feed Miss Ginger, and then we will make that decision together. I was trying to remember what I was coming here to say to y'all. But now that we're in the library, we can unhaul some books, because I'm looking for one specific, but I don't know where the heck it's gone. Because I saw some people's little comments about things that are included in the book, and I said, oh, no. So I gotta get rid of it. It's the God of the Woods, but I can't find it, so I guess it's also the God of this library, because it is hiding. I said, you will not get rid of me, but I will. As soon as my forgetful brain recalls. Ah, there it is. You sneaky beasted. All right. Yes. Y'all can let me know if there isn't super intense stuff in here, but I'm not really interested in anything. Like, I like a thriller that's like kind of crazy. Like a Riley Sager, a Lisa Jewell, or I don't know, just something. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I like my thrillers surface. If they're deep, it's the kiddie pool shallow end. You know, I want a good time. Ugh. But then also, I have this entire not the whole world falling down. I have this series that we're gonna get rid of. Yeah, you probably already know what it is. Just looking at those tiny little covers. Shawnee Maguire. Lordy Lord. I've realized I don't enjoy Shawnee Maguire, but I love Mira Grant. And that is just my truth. These books, they don't work for me. I don't care about them. It's not the length, although it kind of is. I really liked the first one, and now every other one I'm like, bruh, what happened? It's just not as good. So those are like some additions that we will be adding to the unhaul pile. And really, I'm just going to put this in the free little library, because I actually think, based on the genres that go very quickly in that place, because at first I thought it was just the newer books going fast, but it's not, because there are some new releases that are in there that have been keeping those shelves warm. It's like thrillers, mysteries, some fantasy that go real quick, and I like that. I know I can work with that, because that's really what I have. But yeah, that's just nar. And also, I do think we're gonna end up closing this episode out here. So let me. I grabbed 2 books for a different video, but let me bring you guys back to the bedroom so that we can discuss. Oh my gosh, we did hip exercises and Pilates yesterday, and I don't think I was meant to move that way. I don't know if that was as the Lord intended, because it was popping and locking, and I was almost dropping. Oh, it's just the forehead and y'all. Okay, it's a mess. I know. Listen. Okay, Bonesmith. We will be keeping and continuing on. Yay. The Righteous. I will be unhauling. I will not be continuing on. Slay. Where's my unhaul pile? Oh, right here. Oh, also a bonus Jonas unhaul. Long Live Evil. This is an unhaul featured from a reading vlog coming up, reading y'all's best books of 2024. So, I'll talk about it more in there, but there's another one. Meet Your Baker. I'm keeping this. I'm not only continuing on with this, I bought more of this. Yay. And then Finlay Donovan Digs Her Own Grave. I am not keeping this. I don't know if I'm continuing on with this. And actually, I don't know if I'm going to pick up a finished copy of this. I know. If this one came sooner in the series, if this was a third book, I'd be loving. But I had to sit through the third and the fourth book. And I didn't really love those too much. This is better than those, but it came too late. I don't know if that makes sense. But I'll be unhauling. And I'll be putting that in the free little library. Sorry, I'm moving the clock so that I can put these books up behind y'all. But, well, I guess actually I need to be putting those other ones there too because I did read them. But yeah, that's this episode of Read It or Unhaul It. And I think we did quite good. I had a good little time with this. I thought it was fun. I hope that you guys also enjoyed. I think the next episode, I'm probably going to start right away. And I actually want to start getting all the books out of this thing. I want to do a concentrated edition where I read all the books from this. It's supposed to be a record storage shelf thing, but it's kind of like every other shelving unit turned into somewhere more to put books. And I really want to stop doing that. I don't want to do that anymore. So we're going to stop doing that. And I'm not going to do that. And we are going to alleviate that by reading the books in there, getting rid of them. That's the plan, Stan. And then I want to move on to the shelf in the hallway so that I can make that my cozy mystery shelf. Because I have a lot of cozies, actually. So that would work. But anyways, let me know if you had a good little time. I hope that you did. Let me know what you're reading. Make sure that you drink your water, stay hydrated, be kind, lead with empathy, and go have a good day on purpose because you deserve it. And I will see you guys in the next episode or in the next vlog if you want to stick around. I'm just saying it's kind of fun over here. Okay, bye.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.